Ladies and gentlemen, I would now like to invite Dr. Buddha Chandrasekhar to address the gathering. Dr. Buddha is the Chief Coordinating Officer, AICTE, Ministry of Education. His is the creator of Indian Language Translation Tool and a member of a long list of organizations including National Digital Education Architecture, National Educational Technology Forum, National High Power Committee member of Indian Languages. He is also the Amrit 2.0 National Coordinator for Andhra Pradesh and Telangana and an advisor to New Delhi Management Institute. Dr. Buddha, to his credit, is a technologist and project manager proficient in executing complex projects in business intelligence, AI, ML, deep learning, cybersecurity, blockchain, big data, mobile, enterprise, and Internet of Things, with a hands-on experience in software, IT, education, smart cities, critical infrastructure, urban finance, skill development, healthcare, and telecommunication domains. I think he has covered everything that we can talk under the domain of technology. He is currently leading National Education Alliance for Technology, Ministry of Education Internship Enterprise Portal, AI Language Translation Project, Social Justice Ministry Scholarship Project, Indian Knowledge Systems IT support, and has distributed 450 crores free digital content resources to higher education students and various student upskilling initiatives. Let's give a big round of applause to Dr. Buddha to address the gathering.
Good morning all. On behalf of Ministry of Education, I welcome all of you. And I'm very fortunate to be here and talking because I'm more a Microsoft guy. Okay, so but one thing I realized, I want to share my personal experience with IBM. Because I used to have some kind of imbalanced thought process in my mind, before I met IBM people. Because I still remember that Y2K rush. So after that rush, I used to feel that IBM is completely out of touch with the market products. But after interacting with Maniji and his team, then I slowly realized, I think, the kind of a research activities, the kind of a product development activities, the cloud computing activities, the kind of a products they are creating on the middleware, is a huge value addition to this entire domain called computer science and the research side. I think, as you all know, that IBM has the most patents filed, from the US patents point of view. And the total employment opportunities they have provided across the globe is more than 2.8 lakhs. I think, huge numbers. So then I started interacting and then I realized the potential, the kind of a value they are adding to this entire globe, because the entire globe, as you know, now become a more digital in nature, and the business transactions are happening in digitized mode, and you can purchase any product from anywhere in the world, right? And it will get delivered to your doorsteps. So in this entire ecosystem, the IBM is not only playing a major role only on the digital platforms, on the skilling side, as well as upskilling to the educational institutes, as well as students and faculty. So we started interacting and I learned a lot. And, then I thought, why don't we give better opportunities to our students by requesting IBM to give some opportunity to our students to learn for free of cost. And I would like to thank from my bottom of my heart to all the IBM team from Mona Bharadwaj, Deepak Gupta ji, Sachin ji, Akanksha ji, and of course my friend Mani ji, who changed my thought process. And we started working together, and trust me, the kind of a traction I received, from the students was just mind-blowing. Then I realized the potential and I started requesting more. And out of this 400 plus crore worth of digital content which we have given to the poor and urban middle class sections of the society who's living in small remote village areas, the IBM is really contributed on it. And this is what I call it as Sabka Saath Sabka Vikas. Because giving content, the quality content to the rich people, they can afford and they can buy it, right? But see the kind of a contribution IBM is doing in this area. I think this is what I see the real contribution to the development of the country. And and another thing is, on the digital skilling, on the industry ready, we had so much of discussions, and we created so many internship opportunities, so many skilling and upskilling activities. And mainly my focus as a technologist, I'm more interested on advanced future technologies. So when we started analyzing all these technologies, we had lots of discussions with IBM team and try to understand the future technologies which can change the face of our country. Because I have a small dream, very small dream. The dream is like, I want millions of software engineers get produced from our country, millions of AI engineers, millions of cybersecurity experts, millions of IoT device experts, millions of industry 4.0 experts, millions of automation experts, millions of teachers, millions of civil engineers, and every engineer must get 2 to 3 extraordinary technological software skills so that they can survive in this market. And let our Indian students and our Indians will occupy this entire world. That's where we call it as Vasudhaiva Kutumbam, right? So I feel that, let our students, let our faculty, let our Indians, go and occupy the major roles across the globe, and let our our entire country grow from a developing nation to a developed nation. So that's where I see that IBM is playing a major role. And as you know, NEP 2020, right, it more concentrates on the innovation on the research side. So when we started thinking, when I start thinking about research, the first name comes to my mind is IBM, because they are very well advanced. And I'm just going through the Googling, one quick thing, because I just want to share that thought. They are spending billions of US dollars on a yearly basis on research and innovation. See, the company normally, what happens, any company, they purely goes on a return of investment for a profit based company, right? The only few companies in the world who invest back, and who invest back in the research and innovation. So that's where I see the value proposition. It is not only good for IBM, it is good for the entire world. Imagine the kind of a cloud computing happening nowadays, the kind of a patents they have on the computing side. I mean, it's an amazing patents. I was recently reading a couple of patents. I was amazed the kind of a patenting they did, and the kind of a contribution they are going to do for the 5G technology, as well as any advanced technologies which we may not even hear as of now. So I have seen such kind of advanced technological patenting they have. So I always request IBM people that, please give us opportunity to our students and faculty. So that's where we started working on the faculty development program also. As a Ministry of Education, we realized that the faculty is the center of this entire educational universe. So the minute you empower the faculty, immediately the entire chain goes below, and the students will get empowered, because the students, the faculty will share that knowledge to n number of students, and it goes on and on and on for next few years. And why only the faculty from India? So slowly I'm going to request the IBM team, please let us give opportunity to the faculty in African countries also, because I see that, they are also little bit lagging. And I think, as I said, as we as an Indians, we feel that the entire world is our family. So I think, where they need a help, I think we need to do some help to them also. And the faculty who is learning here, they can also be a mentor for them. And let us give an opportunity, because now slowly we are giving our knowledge transfer of our new education policy 2020 to the African nations and other nations who is requesting for it. Because I see that this is the best of the best educational policy developed. Because I worked for US education policy on the technological front, and I have seen the implementation also. But I see that the kind of a complexity we have in our country, which is not exist in a country like a developed nation like United States of America. So here we have a number of challenges, but still we are surviving. We are doing jugaad. We are trying to take things forward, and we are not only taking the education system forward. We are together working with the industry and taking the help of industry and connecting the industry with the educational institutes by connecting together and even requesting a center of excellences from IBM and from Microsoft and various organizations, so that the student will get a real-time opportunity when they are in college. Even from the school side also, we started pushing them very hard from the 8th standard to make sure that our students will do at least minimum 3 to 5 internship opportunities by the time they come out of the college. So what happens, I always envision, what happens, and I'm a very more practical man. So what happens, I myself take an internship just to see experience. So the first internship, what happens, they understand there is an organization, there is a boss who always shouts, and there is a manager who basically try to chase you to finish his work, and there are a couple of people working on the ground level who is we call it as an implementers, right, who make the things happen. So they will understand this basic fundamental structure. Then slowly they will try to work on the project. They learn people management, process management, product management, service management, what is a workflow, and how to handle critical situations they will learn. In the third interview, when they go, sir, I will tell you, the thought process of the student will change. They will become more professional. They say, I know all this, now you tell me what I need to do. I think this is where I see the real value. I think my dream is very, very small. The dream is to reduce 5% unemployment of our country. That's it. But how we will do it, unless until we have a help from companies like IBM and all others, we can't achieve, because they are the one who is working on the ground on the real projects, real-time projects. At the same time, I request all the faculty members, to learn the advanced future technologies. And we have created one portal called 1 crore. I mean, if you search it for in Google 1 crore space AICTE, you will get a beautiful portal. We have identified 56 future technologies, and there you can learn all these technologies for free. Everything is free, because what I strongly believe is, in India, if you say something free, people will use it, but I want them to use it. I mean, I work in a different angle, because I say that you learn, but you teach this to 10 more people, because we have so many slums. When I visit a college, I always say that, as within your boundary of the college, you are sharing knowledge. You are a capital of a knowledge sharing, right? That's what college really means. But what is happening out of the boundary of your college is what really matters. Most of the colleges and the outskirts of the cities or villages, why don't we adopt the nearby villages and try to educate them? I think the minute you learn something, just go to the nearby village and, start educating, identify the problems of those village and try to solve, because, you are the one who has all kind of a technical capabilities, financial capabilities, you know how to do jugaad, you have an innovation in your brain, you have research in your brain, and, you have even some kind of a financial power also, which they don't have, because their earning potential, their earning capacity is very low. I think, that is where we need to identify the problem and solve it. So whenever Maniji and his team comes to me, I say, you create a problem statement and let us give that problem statement to our institutes. Let them work on it and come back to us, so that, see, this is where I think till now what I observed based on my experience, maybe I'm much younger than most of the people sitting here. I'm just 38 years old now. So I'm still, learning. Every day is a learning. So one great thing what I realized, I may be wrong, but everyone in India is best of the best, but we all work as an individual like this. But I think now we all need to work like a team India. The minute we all work together, no one can defeat us, because even I see my son, I have a 6 years old son and 1 year old, 1.5 year old. I think they are the next generation. Maybe they are the aliens. They are the best of the best. I'm not able to even answer my 6 years old son, because the kind of questions they are asking, because they born with technology. My 1.5-year-old kid is simply opening the key of my wife's, what that Z thing will come, right? He just opens it. He goes to the YouTube. He scrolls down. He looks into that Krishna and, various cartoons, and he clicks it. He skips the ad. I said, oh my God, I mean, the kind of adaptability, the kind of a personalization, the kind of a customization, we are talking about is just mind blowing. The world is moving very fast. I think it's a time we all need to work together. See, this working together is the only one thing is really defeating the development of our country. So that's where I personally request everyone, let us all work together. If something I don't know, what I do, I just go and learn. I think, this is the beautiful thing. We need to open up our mind on the right as well as left side and give opportunity to our students on the innovation, on the research side. And faculty also, I strongly recommend, don't just stick to your educational world. Go and meet the industries, go and work there for a few months. I mean, nothing wrong, because even though you don't need to go to work for IBM, by visiting them, you can even request them to work online, right? So you can work online for some hours every day, few hours, and start learning. I mean, yesterday my wife is asking me, "You please tell me what is this Lambda thing in Amazon Web Service." My wife is also a technology. So then I said, "I don't know. Let me quickly learn." I just went and learned what it is, and I started teaching her how to create an API out of it. I think we need to be best of the best in the both the sides of the world. I think this is one thing is missing. We are restricting not only ourselves, we are restricting our student thought process. I think this is creating a problem in our country. We need to open up and we need to take things forward. And I request everyone here, please take this message and identify some 10 to 15 students from smallest slum near to your house, and please teach them something new, and experiment with them. Now what I'm doing, I'm just leaving my son, I will just give him some devices. I say, you create something. Every day he tries to do something new. I immediately appreciate. I know it is not going to work, but still I'm okay, because we are doing one mistake. We are only creating and rubbing their brain on the only right side, not on the left side. I think we need to make sure the students learn the creativity, the out of the thinking box, even understand the coloring patterns, understand the simplicity, how to create simplicity. Example, if you take our Honorable Prime Minister, he simply says, Sabka Saath, Sabka Vikas, finished. I mean, you don't need to explain the entire story, right? So one line is very simply, like Rajnikant says, my way is highway. I mean, you understand everything about him, right? This is kind of a punchline, but what I'm trying to say is, this kind of a thought process, what we need to create, the beautiful presentation at the same time, because the US citizens, what I realized, they are best in presentation. We are best in technology. But now I think our next generation needs to be best in both. That is where we need to work together and slowly teach them how to fail, how not to fail. So the minute they fail, let us encourage them and slowly fine-tune their process in a way that they will understand how not to fail. And this is where I see that IBM is helping us a lot. And as ma'am touched one thing called ABC, the Academic Bank of Credits. Now we are coming up with Universal Bank of Credits. Because what's happening is, I did 57 certifications, Maniji, 57. And I don't know what to do, because there is no credit system, nothing. So I just have it. So now what, when we discussed, I said, no, I think ABC is okay for till academic side, but I think we need to have a universal bank of credit so that we can put all these things there. And now imagine we are giving value to that particular certificate. And I think this is very important. And one more thing, what I realized when I visit a small villages, sir, I mean, trust me, our students from remote village areas, they are the best of the best students in the world. And the kind of thought process they are carrying and the interest they have is just mind-blowing. The only thing is, we are not encouraging them. So that's where I understood and realized that language creating a barrier for them. So we ourselves, myself and 4 interns sat together and created a translation tool which translates the English documents or English books into 12 Indian languages like Hindi, Telugu, Tamil, Kannada, Marathi, Bengali, Assami, Odia, and all Punjabi, Gujarati, Kannada, you name it, all 12 major languages. So what happening now? We are giving 2 books. You are saying, if you don't understand something in English, okay, you please take the book from your mother language, you read it. See what is happening now, he is skilling and upskilling, understanding level is going high. Because I just give one small example and finish my talk. I used to have one student in my class. always used to feel like he will come first because he's the best of the best guy I have seen, and he's from a small remote village area in Srikakulam. I mean, maybe most of you may never hear the name. It's a very small remote village, which is very border of Andhra and Orissa. But the first semester result came. Then I realized one thing. He can't speak English and he don't understand English well. So always he used to come second or third. And then I got relaxed. Now I know his weakest point. So I think, imagine now if the same fellow used to get two books for his understanding. One is in English and one is in Telugu. I think that would have solved the problem long back. And we have created so much of unemployment, and the GER is reducing just because of this one reason. This is one of the biggest reason, because the language become a barrier. So now we want to make sure that the language become a strength for our Indians, not the weakness. So this is where we worked, and I'm so happy to share that we translated engineering first year books, we translated the diploma first year books. Now we are translating second year, third year books into 12 languages, Indian languages. At the same time, now we have went even one more step ahead. Now we are translating the research videos from YouTube and various others, languages like in English, Germany and all. We are translating those videos into Indian languages, so that our Indian students can simply understand those research material, and they can visualize and they can understand better. So now we are even moving forward in one more step, because recently I took my son to Kerala, to Ayyappa temple. So there everyone is speaking in Malayalam, and I'm speaking in English, Telugu, what not all languages. So they are not able to understand what I'm saying. All I'm asking is there any nearby milk shop so that I can feed my son? So then I realized, I think this is the biggest problem, not only for us, for farmers, for traders, everyone. So now imagine a system where the farmer is in Andhra Pradesh, in one of the place in Andhra, and he speaks in Telugu. He's saying, I have a 10 tons of rice with me, basmati rice, this is the cost. And the trader in Punjab, he hears this in Punjabi and he speaks in Punjabi. It gets true translated on the other side, and the farmer on the other side will listen the same thing in Telugu, and they both communicate with each other. See, this is a kind of a next level vision what the tools we are developing. Because, we are not only simply a Ministry of Education. I think, we are a big technological house. We want to change the pattern. We want to create value addition. Because education, what is education? Education is nothing but creating a solutions using a knowledge. So this is where we are trying, and in next 6 months we will put this tool out, so that and you may ask, so what happened, what about the other languages? Imagine the other person, someone spoke in Telugu and this person spoke in Punjabi. He can simply select Tamil or Kannada, and he can listen the same thing in Kannada or Malayalam or any language he wants. I think this tool will open up the trade. See, because the most of the trade, international trade or local trade, is happening only on the cities level. So now imagine this person from a small remote village area, he is able to do the trade from there itself. And imagine the TikTok in this way. So that's a thought process. He will just show his mangoes, grown in his farm, and he will say, I have so many mangoes, beautiful mangoes, this, that, I will sell it for this much cost. And the other person will look into it and he will buy it. So this is the beautiful thing, what kind of a thought process what we are carrying, and we need your help, because you may see so many problems or so many solutions, so many such kind of innovations happening somewhere. You please connect all of them to us. We are happy to contribute where all we can help. We will help, as a startup side or innovation side or any side. And anyways, we have IBM also. They are the richest people, so we will take their help, and we will try to fund the organizations, so that we all can do good for mankind. At the same time, and the thought process is reduce 5% unemployment, at the same time reduce 10 to 15% of this below poverty level in our country. I think this will change the face of our country, and I thank everyone. I have a lot of other things to speak, but I thought the kind of a audience I see, very well matured audience. So I thought, to put this so that you can be a messenger for this and take it forward and do this good, in across the country. And as you know, now we are working more on the personalized, customized content level. I see that we need to be more specific, because I strongly believe every student is unique. Every student learning patterns are unique. Example, I'm best in learning using a video format. Some may be on a research format, some on a textual format. So can our existing system accommodate all this kind of a thought process? Because why student is lagging, if you ask me, it is not because of the student, it is because of the learning methods which we are providing to them. So the minute we give a customized, personalized and adaptive based learning methodologies and the content, I'm sure the students will give the best of the best. So that's where we all are trying hard, and we need your blessings and support. And I wish best of luck to IBM and all of you, as you are better gurus, than us. So as a faculty, I know that, because unless until you produce the best, how we have given so many CEOs, vice presidents, directors across the globe. I'm sure you are the best of the best. But I think now the technology is changing. I request all of you to adopt these new technologies and let us all work together and move forward. And I thank everyone. Jai Hind. Namaste to all.